It's that time of year again where all the mediocre Christmas movies come out to play. And while I should be talking about one of those movies, I kind of want to talk about something a lot different. The Salisbury Poisonings. Looking into this actually came out on BBC a year ago, back in March 2020, but Netflix has finally got a hold of it, and it sparked my interest. This is a 3-part drama based off the recent Novichok Poisonings in Salisbury, UK in 2018. And I say recently because I don't know if it was like this for anyone else, but when I read about this in the news, it feels like it was years ago now, like a proper long time ago. I was actually quite surprised. It's only been 3 years since it happened. Weird that, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, 3 years ago, not the 6 or 7 that I thought it might be. And the reason I wanted to talk about this one is because it goes from a different angle, not on the who did it and the politics behind it and why. No, we instead get the focus on how it happened and what happened to the town afterwards. And whilst this was on British news stations around the country, I don't think I was really aware of the extensive work that took place behind the scenes here. From the get-go, we start at minute 0 where the scene of the crime took place. And from there, we follow 3 protagonists, 2 victims of the Novichok Agent, as well as the Director of Public Health and Safety of the County of Wiltshire. This is about the effects the poison had on the victims, as well as the huge amount of effort involved to save as many lives as possible from the spread. And for an event I didn't really think much of, BBC's done a really good job of creating this intense drama, showing us things that I don't think many of us are aware of. And I know for a lot of biopic films and TV shows, you know, based on true stories, you do have to take a lot of things with a pinch of salt. And the same can definitely be said for this. Watching some of these scenes unfold felt a little bit too dramatic for the scenario they were in, but it's really hard to judge because at the end of the day, we weren't there. But besides being open-minded towards the severity of the events being told, I think they did really well to show us this information in a really clear-cut manner. You know, showing us what happened to everyone involved and what could have happened if they didn't act quick enough. It's not about the if, and buts of Russia and why they may or may not have done this or what the politics behind it were. It was more about the concrete facts of this stuff will spread as quick as possible if you don't act immediately to do something about it. Working as fast as possible to stop the Novichok Agent from spreading, which can be through anything really. The rivers, handshakes, restaurants, parks. It's just a really interesting scenario to see, especially with everything that's going on with the pandemic as well today. So you've got that, and then you've got the other great side to this is that it's portrayed by a really amazing cast. Rafe Spall, who you might recognise from The Big Short or Hot Fuzz, he plays one of these victims affected by the agent. And whilst it's supposed to be a clear-cut message that he's trying to tell us over these 3 one-hour episodes, he puts on a really great performance. MyAnna Buring also played one of those affected by the agent, and she was also incredible. It was actually quite weird going from watching her in Witcher Season 2 to this. But she had a big responsibility to portray one of the victims in the show, and I think she does an amazing job. But I do think that the absolute show stealer here was Duff, who plays the director. If you've seen her in anything she's done before, God, she's done loads, like Sex Education, His Dark Materials, then you'll know the level of intensity that she can bring to a scene. And there's also just loads of other recognisable faces in here as well, but I don't want to go through all of them. And it's only 3 hours worth of your time. If you're a fan of biopics or just genuinely curious what unfolded during this period of time, I think it's a really great watch. It's pretty heavy though, so make sure you're in the mood for it when you start it. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. But maybe you've already seen it. It's been on BBC iPlayer for a year. It's now on Netflix. If you have, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. If you liked this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews of movies, anime, and video games. Until next time guys, take care. Merry Christmas.